Hey, it's Shellcasing Kid, and this week we're rock hounding again. Mrs. Shellcasing Kid has already headed up, and I'll show you some of the pieces we find. This is a park that's near where we live. I've metal detected this park and haven't been able to find anything. So someone already got here with a metal detector, but there's cool rocks to be found. You can see where this stream is coming down, and it's just working on this bank, and all the stones and rocks and minerals that are in that bank are just washing into the creek. But look at this here. It looks like a piece of metal. That's a cool piece. Look at this piece right here. I think Mrs. Shellcasing Kid put this here. She's further up the creek. Up there, she's up the creek. And look at this. So, that blue or green, I think, is serpentine running through it, because we're in an area where there's a lot of serpentine. We have whole houses that are all serpentine on the outside, older houses, because I don't think they realized at the time that the asbestos in serpentine was cancer causing. And the university that I went to had a lot of serpentine buildings on the campus. So there's a cool piece right here. It's like kind of pinkish. It's iridescent too. Let's see what it looks like. That's Here's Mrs. Shellcasing's two finds that she really likes. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that one's awesome. That's like a really big piece of that coppery stuff. That one looks like a zebra. Or a cave painting. So, this is a dead branch that has a fungus on it that's called witch's butter. I guess that's what it's loosely called. That's what I was always told it was called. And it's a fungus, so it acts just like a mushroom, breaking down biotic material. I think it only grows on hardwood. I don't think it grows on conifers, but that's what it is. Witch's butter. Look at this piece right here. So the stream's right down in that cut right there. You can see it right there. Just came up this hill a little bit. It's easier than walking out that way, and just came across a plant that we see here in May. These guys are called jack-in-the-pulpit. See, you can see it's a green flower. There's another one right there. You can see how it got its name too. That one's coming up, but that one's in really good shape. Jack-in-the-pulpit. Now there is a find. Look at that morel mushroom. Holy smokes. That is giant. That is a big guy. I haven't seen any others. I was actually looking for sheds. I wanted to see if I could find a shed, but wow. That's a big one. Take a look at this guy right here. That is like a piece of copper. Look at it in the sunlight. Wow. Copper color. still think this is all schist, but man, it comes in a lot of different colors and forms. Beautiful. How about this piece right here? There you go. And then look at that. I got attached to it, like through volcanic action or something. Look at the way this piece is all rumpled. Here's a little garter snake trying to make his way in a really trashy area. I mean, the trash is terribly bad here. I feel so bad for this little snake. Good luck, little buddy. Okay, here's the roundup from the creek with all the schist in it. So this wrap-up's actually fairly easy. This row right here is all samples of schist. But you can see how it kind of gets iridescent in different colors. Like this is one of the pieces that looks like a piece of metal laying in the creek. This piece is that copper piece, and Mrs. Shellcasing Kid believes that it has evidence, if you look at this edge, that there were crystals attached to or inside this piece, and that's a pretty good clue that there may have been. There may very well have been. So, here's another piece. This row here is schist mixed with serpentine, which is pretty prevalent in that area we were looking. This piece is just a banging piece right here. Yeah, that's awesome. And then this other row here, these two rows, are all serpentine mixed with milky quartz. So you see like a big piece of serpentine, and then the whole rest of this is all milky quartz. Oops. And then here on this one you can actually see like the concretion or the matrix that is forming these rocks. But if you turn it over, you get a better idea of what it looks like once it's all formed. Here, this one has a really good, strong piece of serpentine running through it. And then some smaller pieces here. And then this sample is probably just all serpentine. So that was a neat creek to check out, and we'll have to head back there at some point, but that's all for this week. Until next week, always be looking down.